And those are the words of Oleksandr Usyk as he responds to Tyson Fury. He responds on his desire to fight Tyson Fury. He states that Tyson Fury talks too much. Translation, he will be very loud. He said it will be, meaning Tyson Fury is it, right? And he said that talks about he's the king of kings and calls everybody homeless. And that translation is when Tyson Fury calls you a Dalsa, because that's what Dalsa is, as you guys know over in the UK. Shout out to you guys. And he responds back, I have a house permit, in case he wants to see it. Meaning that he's no Dalsa, he's not homeless, he's none of those things. He just wants to fight. And I like those things too, because one of the things I think will affect the buildup in this fight in favor of Tyson Fury will be Oleksandr Usyk's inability to talk English and to actually have that back and forth monologue. Okay. And I think it's one of those things where you don't know when you're being insulted. You know, it'll be hard to insult a person that speaks and uses everything literally, like he just said, you're Dalsa. I was like, well, that means what? Oh, that means I'm homeless. No, I'm not homeless. If you've seen the zeros that I had in my last fight, yeah, I'm far from homeless. In fact, I've probably made more than you in the last 2 fights. Counterpunch. So, no, I have a residence. Thank you very much. And he thought it was hilarious. So, it will be challenging for Tyson Fury to see if he can penetrate, the head, the noggin of Oleksandr Usyk. And I want this fight to go ahead. I think this is the next big fight. I think this is how it always supposed to go. I don't think people intended it to be with these particular fighters, but I think this is the way it's going to be. Okay, this is how the boxing heavyweight division evolved. And this is what we have as a result. Okay, we have the Cat, which is the Joker. Then we have the Gypsy King, which is Batman. Right? So we have that all the way around. I like the idea of these two guys clashing because Tyson Fury is coming full force. We learned that yesterday. We learned that Tyson Fury, he started the mind games early because he wants to have a mental advantage somewhere because he already knows what's in front of him. An unknown commodity, a guy that he's never faced, a guy that he's never fought, sparred, entered, anything. These guys have looked at each other face to face once Anthony Joshua fell once again. Okay, and that's pretty much the only time they did. And, Tyson Fury had a whole different attitude towards him when he was face to face. He went from, hey, you know what, Usyk can suck my balls. Then maybe minutes or an hour later, here's Usyk right behind him, photobombing him, right? So, and then he had only good things to say about to Usyk, face to face. Maybe the buildup will be that way. If it does, honestly, I'll be disappointed. I'll be disappointed if it did go down to a situation where, Tyson Fury pulled a Dillian Whyte and Dillian Whyte pulled a Tyson Fury. They just got there and looked at each other and like they're old lads. I don't think this will be that way, though, honestly, because these guys are not old lads. They're not old comrades. They're not old anything. They are currently rivals. Okay? And I think this fight will be very, very intriguing to see what these guys can do to each other. But I like the way that Oleksandr Usyk responded. I'm glad that he is very verbal. I'm glad that he doesn't just get mad enough to pop like some fighters do. Right? So I am looking forward to this fight. You guys tell me what you think of Oleksandr Usyk blasting back at Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!